Islam is a religion that began in the Arabian Peninsula in the 7th century. The word Islam itself means submission or surrender to the will of God. This concept of submission is not one of defeat, but of finding peace through aligning one's life with a divine purpose. A person who follows Islam is called a Muslim, which means one who submits to God. The faith is rooted in a long line of prophetic traditions that include figures like Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, who are all revered as prophets. Islam sees itself as the final and complete revelation of the monotheistic message that these earlier prophets brought to humanity. It is a path of devotion, seeking a direct and personal relationship with the Creator. At the very heart of Islam is the belief in one and only one God. In Arabic, this God is called Allah. Allah is not a different God from the God of Judaism or Christianity. Rather, Allah is simply the Arabic word for God. This belief, known as Tawhid, emphasizes God's absolute oneness and sovereignty. Muslims believe Allah is the creator and sustainer of the entire universe, all-powerful, all-knowing and all-merciful. He is beyond human comprehension and cannot be represented in any physical form. The relationship is direct. There are no intermediaries between a person and Allah. This core principle shapes every aspect of a Muslim's worldview, from daily prayers to life's biggest decisions, fostering a sense of accountability and divine presence. The message of this one God was delivered to humanity through a series of prophets. The final and most important of these messengers in Islam is the Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad was born in the city of Mecca around the year 570 CE. He was known for his honesty and integrity, earning him the title Al-Amin, or the Trustworthy. At the age of 40, while meditating in a cave on Mount Hira, he began to receive revelations from God, delivered by the angel Gabriel. These revelations, which continued for 23 years, would form the basis of the Islamic holy book. Muhammad is not worshipped by Muslims. He is deeply respected as the human vehicle for God's final guidance to humankind. Prophet Muhammad's role was to recite these divine messages to the people and to establish a community based on these new principles of social justice, equality, and monotheism. He challenged the polytheistic and tribal society of his time, calling people back to the worship of the one true God. He is seen as the seal of the prophets, meaning that he is the last in a long chain of prophets sent by God. His life, sayings, and actions, known as the Sunnah, serve as a practical example for Muslims to follow in their own lives. He was a leader, a guide, and a role model whose mission was to convey the divine word and demonstrate how to live a life of submission to God. The revelations that Prophet Muhammad received from God were compiled into a holy book called the Quran. The word Quran means the recitation, which reflects its oral origins. Muhammad would recite the verses as he received them, and his followers would memorize and write them down. For Muslims, the Quran is the literal word of God, a perfect and unaltered transcription of his message to humanity. It is considered the ultimate source of guidance, law, and wisdom. Written in Arabic, the beauty and poetic nature of its language are seen as a miracle in themselves, a sign of its divine origin. The Quran provides a comprehensive guide for living a moral, just, and fulfilling life. The purpose of the Quran is to remind people of their Creator and their responsibilities in this world. It contains stories of earlier prophets, laws for the community, and profound reflections on the nature of God and the meaning of existence. It is not just a book of rules, but a source of spiritual comfort and inspiration. Muslims read and study the Quran throughout their lives to deepen their understanding of their faith and to seek answers to life's questions. It addresses the entirety of the human experience, from personal ethics and family life to social justice and the principles of governance. Its central message is a call to worship God alone and to be compassionate and just to all of His creation. To put faith into action, Islam has a framework of 5 core duties, known as the 5 pillars of Islam. These pillars are the foundational practices that unite all Muslims and structure their religious life. The first pillar is the Shahada, or the declaration of faith. This is the simple but profound statement: there is no God but God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. Uttering this with sincere belief is the entry point into Islam. It affirms the central tenets of the faith, the oneness of God, and the legitimacy of Muhammad's prophethood. This declaration is a constant reminder of a Muslim's core beliefs and is repeated in daily prayers. The other 4 pillars build upon this foundation of belief. The second pillar is Salah, the ritual prayer performed 5 times a day, facing the Kaaba in Mecca. This practice keeps a Muslim connected to God throughout the day. The third is Zakat, or obligatory charity, where Muslims donate a percentage, usually 2.5%, of their wealth to the poor and needy. The fourth pillar is Saum, the fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, which involves abstaining from food and drink from dawn until dusk. This is a time for spiritual reflection, self-discipline, and empathy for the less fortunate. Finally, the 5th pillar is the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, which every able-bodied Muslim who can afford it must undertake at least once in their lifetime. Beyond the 5 pillars, Islam establishes a comprehensive ethical framework that guides a Muslim's behavior in all aspects of life. A central value is justice. The Quran repeatedly calls on believers to stand for justice, even if it is against themselves or their loved ones. This means being fair in all dealings, whether in business, law, or personal relationships. Honesty is another cornerstone of Islamic morality. The Prophet Muhammad was renowned for his truthfulness, and Muslims are taught to be honest in their speech and actions. This commitment to truth builds trust within the community and ensures that all interactions are based on integrity and fairness, reflecting a divinely ordained moral order. Charity and compassion are also deeply embedded in the Islamic value system. While zakat is an obligatory form of charity, the Quran and the Prophet's teachings encourage voluntary acts of giving, known as sadaqah. Helping others, whether it is a neighbor in need, an orphan, or a stranger, is considered a profound act of worship. This extends beyond financial aid to include acts of kindness, a warm smile, or simply removing a harmful object from a path. Islam teaches that all of creation is God's, and humans are entrusted to care for it and for one another. This fosters a strong sense of social responsibility and empathy, urging Muslims to be a source of good in their communities. Respect is another fundamental value that shapes Muslim interactions. This includes respect for elders, parents, teachers, and neighbors. The Quran specifically emphasizes the importance of honoring one's parents, treating them with kindness and mercy, especially in their old age. This respect also extends to people of other faiths. The Quran states, "There is no compulsion in religion," and historically, Islamic civilizations have often been places of religious tolerance where Christians, Jews, and others could practice their faiths. Peace, or salam, is at the core of the Islamic greeting and worldview, representing an ideal state of both inner tranquility and social harmony. Patience, or sabr, is a highly praised virtue in Islam. It is seen as a quality that helps believers navigate the hardships and trials of life with grace and fortitude. Rather than despairing in difficult times, Muslims are encouraged to have patience and trust in God's plan, believing that every challenge holds a lesson and a potential for spiritual growth. This quality, combined with gratitude in times of ease, creates a balanced and resilient character. These core values, justice, honesty, charity, respect, peace, and patience, are not just abstract ideals. They are meant to be lived and practiced in detail, forming the moral compass for a Muslim's journey through life. While united by the core beliefs in one God and the Quran, the global Muslim community, or Ummah, is not a single, monolithic entity. It has two main branches, Sunni and Shia. The division occurred shortly after the death of Prophet Muhammad and was primarily political, centered on the question of who should lead the Muslim community. The Sunnis, who make up the vast majority, about 85 to 90% of Muslims worldwide, believed that the leader should be chosen by the community and followed the precedent of electing Abu Bakr, a close companion of the Prophet. They follow the Sunnah, or the example of the Prophet, as their primary guide after the Quran. The Shia, on the other hand, believed that leadership should have remained within the Prophet's family, specifically with his cousin and son-in-law, Ali ibn Abi Talib. The word Shia derives from Shi'at Ali, meaning the party of Ali. While they share the same core beliefs and 5 pillars with Sunnis, Shia Muslims place a greater emphasis on the spiritual authority of a line of imams whom they believe are divinely appointed successors of the Prophet Muhammad. This difference in leadership succession has led to distinct traditions, rituals, and legal interpretations over the centuries, though the foundational principles of Islam remain the same for both groups. Today, Islam is the second largest religion in the world, with over 1.8 billion followers from a vast array of ethnicities, cultures, and nationalities. It is one of the fastest growing major religions. This global presence makes Islam a significant force in a wide range of fields, from international politics and finance to art, philosophy, and science. The contributions of Islamic civilization have been immense, particularly during its golden age, which saw major advancements in mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and literature that had a lasting impact on the world. The diversity of the Muslim world is one of its greatest strengths, showcasing how the universal message of Islam can be expressed through a rich tapestry of local cultures. In conclusion, Islam is more than just a religion. For its followers, it is a complete way of life. Its importance in the world today stems not only from its vast number of adherents, but also from its comprehensive guidance on morality, justice, and community. From the simple, powerful declaration of faith in one God to the intricate system of ethics and the global community it fosters, Islam provides a framework for finding meaning, purpose, and peace. By calling humanity to submit to a merciful Creator and to live with compassion and integrity, Islam continues to be a profoundly influential spiritual tradition that shapes the lives of billions and contributes to the ongoing story of human civilization.